Hello and welcome to this free masterclass all about unleashing your soul, unleashing your purpose, unleashing your magic. And in the work that I do, many of my clients are asking, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Soul's contract. I didn't sign the contract. Why am I having to redo these lessons? What is karma? Psychic development, mediumship, all of it. We're going to be covering and diving in mainly into three ways to unlock your purpose. And maybe you know who I am, you've worked with me already, or maybe you just stumbled across this. This is your message from spirit. Pay attention. So, a little bit about me. My name's Christine Gold. I am a spiritual medium. Everything I do is anchored in God. I am an intuitive energy coach, old soul healer, and empath. And I guide empaths to unleash their gifts, masked normally as depression, anxiety, overwhelm, unworthiness. You will discover that you have always been intuitive, that you have gifts, and we will co create and work together to uncover your soul's purpose. And who are you? Who are you really? I'm a soul called Christine. Truly, we're souls. We are soul incarnate. And we are a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. I will say that again. We are a soul, you are a soul that comes with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. And you were a soul before you incarnated here. Yes, you. And the whole idea around this masterclass is asking those questions because I've been asking. I have clients that ask me. It seems to be the worldwide question for 2023. Now, if that resonates with you, please share with us. Please like, subscribe, follow, do all those wonderful things wherever you are watching and or listening to. Rate and review so then others will be able to find this. So, really, number one, soul purpose. That is one way to unlock your purpose, is to start asking those questions. What am I supposed to be doing in this lifetime? Why am I here? What did I sign up for? What are my lessons? Why am I repeating a lesson? Do I have to heal all past lives, all traumas, all ancestral stuff? Those are all great questions, and there is no right or wrong answer. It really comes down to you. And I want you to know that your soul's purpose or your soul purpose is not career oriented. It is not your job. Your purpose here in this lifetime is to be all you can be. You are a divine being, and this divine being comes from God's source, and utilizing your gifts, your talents and abilities to help others. I always ask, how may I serve when I get up in the morning? Show me what to do and lead me, give me breadcrumbs. I'm open, I'm aware, I'm in the moment, I'm being, I'm not doing, um, and getting quiet. And my sole purpose is not to be a medium or a banker or a mom or dad or bus driver or whatever that is. It's really just being, serving, be in service for others. Share your love, your joy, your compassion, your peace, your empathy. And the key is to all of this is helping others. So if you are here watching this, you are born. You have something here to do, something here to share. You are so darn worthy, and we all have those seeds planted in us all. Now, I have a little story here. I have a friend in the music business. She says that she doesn't have a talent. I'm like, okay, I'm not in music. That's talent to me. That's talent, right? But for her, no. But she also makes these beautiful tabletop mosaics. They're absolutely stunning, gorgeous. And she shares them with people to make them happy, right? And that's the purpose, to see other people light up, to invoke joy, to who doesn't love getting a gift or a surprise, right? It's like seeing people like my clients when they get their aha moments, their epiphanies, they have, healing, whatever that happens to be, and it connects. They're like, "Oh my goodness, I get it." That's my purpose, is for people to have their own ahas, their own light bulbs, their own, moment where everything changes, everything's shifting. Now, my son is a barista by day. However, his talents, his purpose is art and drawing and digital drawings. He is super uber talented, not just because he's my son, but some people are just born that way. I think of Cody Lee from America's Got Talent. He won America's Got Talent. Now, he is blind and autistic, but his purpose in life is to play and sing music and share his y- I mean, he was born that way. You know how people are just born to do things while others have to work really hard at it? That's what I mean, a natural gift, a natural talent, a natural ability. So he loves art, not, paints, pastels, pencil drawings. He does tattoo art and he's designing the art for the back of the Oracle deck that I'm creating. So I can't wait to see what it looks like, and I can't wait until my deck is out. So I'm asking you, what lights you up? What makes your heart sing and soul shine? Share with us, please. What is something that you do when you're in it that time just there is no time. Time infinite. Time passes and you're like, wow, it's already 4 hours or 6 hours or whatever. And I had no idea. Whereas if you're in a job maybe you don't like, whatever that is, you keep looking at the clock. I used to be a clock watcher. That was a big indication I did not like what I was doing. So what do your friends tell you you're good at? Usually it's the people around you that say, "Oh, you're so talented at that. I wish I could be like you or I could do that." Like, tell me how you do that, right? It's an inherent preloaded gift that you think is everyday ordinary, and it's not. Maybe you're an organizer. Like I can go into people's closets, cupboards, and declutter like nobody's business. Marie Kondo's cousin. Remember her? And maybe it's singing. I have friends that, we go to karaoke and their voices are just a whole nother level. I mean, when you listen to people, even like Cody Lee, the hair on my arms, I get shivers. I mean, then you know that they are so attuned to their natural gifts. Maybe it's cooking, baking. Maybe you get lost in art. Um, what books are you naturally drawn to? What videos are you naturally drawn to? What do people, you know, like you do around you? Like all of those things. I mean, that's why we're here. And, you know, what did you love as a child? I mean, that's part of my flagship Unleash Your Magic group experience mentorship. We tap into the inner child. We go there because somewhere along the way, we are all born intuitive. Children are highly tapped in until the age of 6 or 7. And then they get into the school system and family and religion and laws and right and wrong and a lot of, there's just a lot of that out there. Or you get told that you're too sensitive, that you just don't fit in, you're the black sheep, you're weird, you're crazy. all of those labels, it all gets buried and then we start to believe it. But we were actually born with a blueprint. So I really want you to share with me, what were your dreams as a child? What did you want to do and you're not doing right now? Why? What are your hobbies? What do you do for fun? What are you not like? Are you living in pleasure? And I'm not talking about instant gratification, and I'm not talking about addictions where they numb you out. I'm talking about things where, like, for me, when I'm out in nature, time stands still. I hear everything. I'm connected to everything. I'm attuned to everything. I hear the birds. I hear the wind, the trees, the animals. Everything is speaking to me and I'm speaking to it. That's what I mean. So start, get your pen and paper out, get your notepad and start writing those things down. Oh yeah, I wanted to be a dancer, and then I was told, that don't pay the bills, and that quit being a dreamer and you'll never be what you want to be. No more. Or you did it wrong, or you failed. Failing means you tried, so keep failing. Forward. Heart led, soul fed. I mean, I was born with an incredible intuitive ability. I could feel others' energy and their feelings and sometimes their thoughts. Oh boy. Um, I could tell when adults were lying. I could read, and I still read pictures, and I get information from it. Like within 5 seconds, I have a pretty good idea. I really loved art as well, and creating dance, music. I love music. I love listening to it, healing frequencies, all of that. Um, and writing short stories. And my sister and I would grab a tape recorder. Remember those? 80s kids, right? And we would pretend, it was an Oprah talk show. And I would always end up being the leader in a group, even though I shied away from it too. I resisted. I resisted. And you know what they say? When you resist, it just keeps coming at you, keeps persisting. You need to look at it. And here's a fact. Every medium is psychic. Not every psychic is a medium. I am a psychic medium. But that also means you can train to be a medium if you want to. Intuition, psychic, all of that, chakras, energy it's a tool, and it's a muscle, and it needs to be worked with and trained every day and practiced every day. A Buddha philosophy: chop wood and carry water, right? And years ago, when I started doing readings and healings and all of that, people just wanted messages, and they wanted to be comforted, and they wanted to know that their loved ones were around and what they said, and what happened, and all of that. To now, shifting 5 years from now, people want to learn how to tap in and talk to their loved ones on the other side, talk to their spirit guides, do the intuitive writing, the channeling, work with energy, Reiki, whatever it is. They're saying, okay, now I'm getting all this information, downloads. I've been doing the healing. I'm doing the work. I'm waking up. I'm already awake, whatever that is. And now I want to just be and really know my soulful self in this lifetime, because we do come with a contract. And yes, I know I have clients that say, I did not read the fine print. Why am I having to do this again? I didn't choose this family. Oh, yes, you did. And I know for a fact that my family, I chose the lesson, and many lessons, but the biggest lesson was worth. Our family did not know our worth, that we were already worthy, that we didn't have to have a million certifications and awards and accolades and praise and parades and whatever else, and uh, justification from the outside world, or recognition that we're all those things. I know I am. I'm rooted in God. I'm in the kingdom. I already am. And that's it for me. Whew, so how does the soul try to get your attention? Think about that. And I love this image. I mean, you can just gaze into I don't know about you, where's your place? Is it the beach? Is it the mountains? Is it the ocean? Is it maybe the desert? I don't know. Where's your place? Lost in the woods somewhere? Um, with your animals, your pets, your loved ones, whatever that is, share with me below. Your kids, grandparents, you name it, your sisters, your brothers, your besties. But how does your soul try to get your attention? Because I don't know, I was told that going into the arts is not stable income. It's not secure. There's no benefits. There's no 401k. There's no retirement. And many of us go different ways due to fear and family expectations. And we are all intuitive, every single one of you. Yes, even you listening, watching. I was told at a young age, I'm weird, I'm different, black sheep, crazy, all of those labels. And, society makes fun of you. We're pointed at. I was bullied. I was excluded. I am still excluded. And I don't care. As I don't want to engage in an energy that is not for my highest good. And that comes with boundaries and knowing who you are. So I hid the ability that was soul born. It was pushed down for many years until I was 42. Because people ask, have you always been this way? Yes, I have. But I did not know it until I had my dark night of the soul. And that little voice that we don't pay attention to and push it away, we dismiss it, we distract, we don't become quiet to discern, that's how we get lost. And I had, I was anxious, depressed, stressed, overwhelmed, addicted, in attracting narcissistic type relationships. And then I finally had a huge hormonal imbalance. And that, ladies, is key. Your emotional wellness will show up as illness somewhere in the body. That's why I highly believe in intuitive development and owning your energy and the power of healing your energy. It's very important. It's very important. So it's is the key to everything, And, there's a lot of highly sensitive people out there. And or that was me. I was overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do with the energy. I didn't know how to discern what was mine and what was theirs. And through this, this all this work that I worked with my mentors, learning about myself and my chakras, my energy centers, intuitive development, spirit, all of that. I now see it in everything. I see it in everything. The second key is synchronicity. It is one of the ways your soul is trying to get your attention. It's another way to unlock your soul, your purpose. And right now, pause. You might want to pause this recording, stop it for a minute, but ask yourself, what am I supposed to learn or notice right now? Like when you're getting a sign, and what are your signs with spirit? Maybe you don't even know. Like for me, I have repeating numbers and I'm like, okay, what am I thinking about at this moment? What's going on around me? What am I learning? What's the message? What am I paying attention to? Right? Synchronicity is thinking of someone from out of, that you haven't seen and heard from a long time, and then they call, or you run into them at the grocery store and you're like, and, all the time many of us will go, oh my goodness, isn't that weird? Isn't that funny? Don't dismiss it. Go, wow, there's a reason this happened. I drew this into my existence. And it's your beliefs as well, your thoughts, your beliefs. So, what is it for you? Share with me. Repeating numbers, songs, dreams, reading and watching and seeing the same messages around you in conversations on TV, on the radio, reading it on a billboard and in the newspaper. And synchronicity is the number one way your soul speaks to you. And I don't believe in coincidences or coinkydinks, as I used to say. Synchronicity is God's way of saying, right here, soul, right here. It says, come this way, or pull, get away from that, go. It's two things, right? It's yes and whoa, like no, no go, let's go, get out of here. And who gets synchronicity? Like who here gets synchronicity? How does it show up for you? And I will say it's for me, like what I'm thinking, right choice, right thoughts. Those are very important. And gosh, in my life, I've worked as a receptionist, a door-to-door salesman person, a waitress, a skip tracer, a sales rep for Yellow Pages. I was doing all the things that I thought society told me to do so, but nothing for my soul. And like I mentioned, is I became very depressed and anxious and overwhelmed and perimenopausal, drinking, smoking, eating too much, and 2 attempts to die by suicide. And my last attempt was a wake up call, huge wake up call, because right after that happened, I I came across a video from my mentor that I didn't know at the time would be my mentor, and she said, "Your intuitive abilities are highly linked to your depression and anxiety because you're not living in your soul's purpose." And I was like, "Oh my goodness." So I was already psychic and I could feel energy and I was very sensitive. I got my life together because I was asked, do you want to take this mentorship? It is 6 months. It will change your life. I was extended an olive branch, so I did. And I became the student. Thank you, God, for showing me. I was in the wrong relationships. I was in the wrong jobs. I became more aligned with my energy centers, with who I am, my spiritual self, and it came back. My abilities came back so powerfully. And instead of pushing them away and resisting them, I welcomed it all. And even growing up, I loved magic and ghost stories and religion and questioning, and Buddhism as well showed up big time. And as soon as I started learning how to use my abilities, what my aura is, my chakras, my energy centers, mediumship, everything opened up and I learned how to heal myself through intuitive development. I studied oracle cards and tarot cards. I offered free psychic readings, like hundreds, before I started charging because, there's proof in all of that, right? And then the readings that I do, they have shifted into mentoring, coaching, healing, courses, groups, because all of the readings showed up as dark night of the soul with many of my clients. And then the other side was coming through, and how it comes through, it's like a game of charades. So it was, there's one reading where she showed me a ring, you know, and then there were clothes that didn't match. And I was like, so I said, I'm being shown a ring and her clothes don't match. And my client screamed and she jumped up and hugged me. And she said, that's my great aunt Ada. And she was colorblind. And she left me her ring. So do you see? Ring, colorblind, the clothes don't match. See how we have to interpret? And I also kept a book of signs and symbols, and I highly recommend you do the same thing. Very important. Once you start noticing the signs and symbols, asking for more, you start to go, okay, touching the nose means you look like. Tapping on the wrist, meaning time or a watch or time's running out. Touching the head, it has to do something with the head, because I also do medical intuitive readings as well. Okay. So what stops us? What stops us from our purpose? You know, um, and you can always ask synchronicity, show me a sign. And, you know, something happens out of the blue and someone gives you a book you're interested in. You hear the same name 3 times, right? That's part of synchronicity. And what stops us is um, our soul, what stops our soul to truly manifest what we desire. Think about it. Share in the chat. What do you think? What do you think it is? What really stops us? Our own beliefs. And our belief systems are BS. They're bullshit. They really are. Because we get labeled, we get weighed down by expectations of others, the teachers, society, parents, and then we turn around and blame them all because our life isn't working. My mom worked 3 jobs. My dad left when I was young, and my mom would always say, money doesn't grow on trees. So I started to doubt my worth, and I thought there was something wrong with me because my dad left and he abandoned me, right? So, what are some beliefs that you currently believe that are not true? Or maybe they've been in the family. You might recognize some of them. Life is tough. Yep. This one, money doesn't grow on trees, like I said. There's only so much to go around. Remember 2020, everyone was hoarding toilet paper? It's that mentality. There's never enough. Take what you can get. Feel lucky you got it. Yeah, like luck has something to do with hoarding. No. That's nothing but a pipe dream. How about this one? Who do you think you are? I used to get that a lot. People were like, you intimidate me. And then I would feel like, oh, I did something wrong. But no, that's on them. It had nothing to do with me. Never, ever, ever. Life wasn't meant to be easy. You're just a dreamer. I used to, get that as well. Head in the clouds, daydreams, doodles, dilly-dallies. Especially in school, they certainly didn't like dreamers, did they? It might be different now, but when I was in school, no. Or being told saying I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too fat, I'm too short, whatever that is. It's all BS. All BS. And if you were jealous of someone, get a notepad and a pen and paper, because you need to take notes on what they're doing right and start learning from them, because that's what you want to be doing. That's why you're jealous, because it's something you don't have. I learned that. I used to be jealous and envious all the time. Not anymore. No, I won't say that because the ego will be like, "Oh, really? Let's test this out." Whoops. Anyways, so words and thoughts are meant to inspire. You can also hurt others and be very critical. I used to be so critical. Who's here the worst critic, as they would say, right? I'll never lose weight. I'll never get that job. Thoughts, I'll never have that relationship. Thoughts are powerful. So what you think, you attract. Really, who believes that here? What you think, you attract. Like attracts like. And I remember seeing this bumper sticker growing up. Life sucks and then you die. Man, that's harsh. We don't die, and it's not true. I'm grateful to be alive. God gave me life today. How about you guys? Gratitude shifts everything. Gratitude sustains optimism. So, whose story are you living? Your parents, your teachers, a friend? What was instilled in you at a young age? Because you weren't born with these thoughts. So, where did they come from? Where did they come from? Share with us. I know many of mine came from ancestors, like family. Yeah. And I don't believe I'm lucky. I followed the breadcrumbs. I intuitively I know that I'm connected to God and angels. I've been divinely protected as well. There's been some situations where I'm like, whoa, how did I get out of that one? And it manifested through my intuitive knowings. So you can read all the books you want, and take all the courses and pull all the cards you want and do all the vision boards. I love those. All of it. But a friend of mine, everything, you might have one of those friends or someone you know or work with. Everything out of her mouth is negative. Her demeanor, the way she talks, the way she presents herself. And I told her she has to stop being negative and think and be positive. And she said, people always want something from me. I get used a lot. Ha, here we go. That's boundaries. And that's coming from a place of hurt. And that's a self-worth issue. And it's a self-worth manifested. So if you do all the things, you're chanting Mani Padme Hum and Om and mantras and affirmations and vision boards and all of that, but you still have the underlying thoughts and beliefs that all of the work means nothing, you are chasing your tail. And I always say, the only person that likes to chase its tail is a dog. Yes? Woof. Anybody? Got some dog people out there? I know we do. It's like watching the ticker tape on the news, scrolling along the bottom. Doop, 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 doop. Those are your thoughts. And by the way, you have 80,000 thoughts daily. You have to change and rewire those messages. It's like an old computer program. It needs to be uninstalled and reinstalled, right? Wipe the slate clean and start over, beginner's mind. Yes. Instead of life is tough to life is easier and easier for me, I go with the flow. I'm grateful to be alive. Life is for me always. And I'm open to everything, Wayne Dyer, and attached to nothing. Yay. So let's say you want the perfect relationship. And you start using this affirmation. The perfect relationship is happening for me now, over and over. The perfect relationship is happening for me now. It's happening for me now. But you have to get off the couch, people. Come on now. You have to meet the universe halfway and see yourself in a relationship and feel it and own it. And what are the attributes of this person and how are they, they complete, you're already completed. You don't need them to complete you. However, they complement. They are they are the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, right? Like, oh my goodness, I love being around. This person is my best friend. That type of energy. So when you follow a spiritual path, things come to the surface. And if you don't heal the trauma and the negative beliefs and heal, it comes to the surface, right? So partnership with your soul. I'm grateful for negative situations because I get to look. I'm doing the Heidi Klum thing. I look at it. What's happening here? That's a good song. Hey, what's happening? And be the observer, not the reactor. Do the work. And don't ask, why isn't anything happening? This is how it works with the universe. This isn't woo woo, like out there, unattainable. Heaven is on earth. We are fully connected. Get connected. Walk your talk. Don't say something bad at someone or yell. Don't think you're all spiritual and then yell at people while you're driving. The energy is a mismatch. You need to match and align. Catch yourself. Catch yourself. Be kind. So, what's your story? What is your story? You might be like, I was born into a poor family and I was abused as a child, which is very common, 1 in 3. And I just going to be stuck in this job forever and have terrible relationships and never feel like I've completed my soul's purpose. And this is as best, as good as it gets, like that movie. Not true. I have worked with so many beautiful souls who are stuck, anxious, depressed, unworthy, stuck in negativity and victim consciousness. And many say I'm not good enough. And it's not true. Never, never, ever. One client of mine, Kat, in France, started working with me 2 years ago, and she found me on my podcast, Heart Led Soul Fed podcast. She was burned out. She was depressed, anxious, sick. She has now stepped into her purpose, and she's helping others through coaching, doing the very, very same thing, helping others. But she started, to believe and have faith and just trust and just step forward with courage and not listen to the fear. What are you listening to? What are you not listening to? So I really want you to come on in with a candle, take a breath with me and pause. There's been a lot of stuff that I've been sharing throughout this. And let those messages, and let's reflect, and let's really tune in to those awakenings, those aha moments, those activations in this masterclass to permeate into your soul. And listen to my voice. Close your eyes, relax, breathe. Let the prana, the chi, the life force energy come in. And close your eyes and imagine, what would you like to be doing that lights you up? If no one or nothing could stop you, what would that look like? What would that feel like? Maybe you've got a smile on your face right now. That's that soul. That's you are unlocking your soul right now. Imagine that doing something you're absolutely passionate about. You're fully living, being, using your gifts, your talents, your abilities. Feel what that is like. Imagine it happening already. Smile. Know it. Feel it. Live it. Breathe it. Let it infuse you. Now open your eyes. Anytime we take the time to tap into to lovingly touch ourselves in a way where the soul just radiates out. And I wanted you to experience that because my members go through this with me in guided meditations and healings, through the mentorships that I do. And we're all meant to experience that peace, because really that's what that was, peace and pause. Pausing for peace, peaceful pause. And we know our systems are breaking down all around us. Finances, hospitals, government, establishments, they're changing and moving. But one thing that is consistent is your soul. You, your foundation. And no strong home is built on a weak foundation. And that is you. And hello, 2023. This is, my third year. I don't know if you participated in the vision board challenges, but I do them physically and digitally. This was mine for 2023. And you can see I'm in these. I love retreats and traveling and eating well and having loving relationships and manifesting so much abundance that I can help so many people with money, with energy, with wealth, and co-creating that beautiful community. And I started Authentic Connections just after, the 2020 pandemic. It's been going on for 2 years. It's a monthly space for all sensitives to create, connect, share, co-create, flourish, and grow. And it's free the first Saturday of every month. I'd love to see you. And all the information is linked below. And really, little did I know Spirit was creating synchronicities for me, even though I do this work. But I'm following the breadcrumbs. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to follow and trust. Here we go. So I started that weekly meetup. And because I didn't have safe spaces and I wanted to create a safe space, and Spirit said, you must create it because this is what you're looking for. So you've got to co-create it with us. Okay. And then that space sparked our Soul Healers community. And it's about, mentorships, coaching, all the events, the courses. You get monthly intuitive development sessions, monthly chakra energy balancing healing sessions, monthly Q&As. You get private access, weekly updates, sign-in bonuses, sign-up bonuses, discounts on online courses. And I started that a couple months ago. And like I said, I wanted like-minded old souls, empath sensitives to come in. And I knew there was a change, but I knew that we are never alone. And I wanted to gather and learn from each other, cheer each other on, not tear each other down, grow and heal together, because that's how we are going to heal the world, through that. And what you pay for one class, you get this whole thing for the entire year. And if you pay for the entire year, you get a month free. So, my one-off webinars and masterclasses and workshops are $33 and up. So, what you're paying for the month, you get everything here. And this Unleash Your Magic flagship course, it used to be 6, but I added 2 weeks as it went along with other women, other souls. It really is inner transformation, psychic training for empaths, weekly group teaching, soul work, access to me, and you get the soul healers as well, community. You get all the PDFs, all the audio, all the video for you to keep and rewatch, download forever. It is my complete system to waking up and healing. And each week, now, whether you're joining us in a mentorship or you're taking the online course, we talk about your dreams and soul purpose. Then we go into your fears and your blocks and your inner child and your ego, your chakras, your energy centers, intuitive development, psychic development, mediumship development, clairs, all the clairs, games with spirit. Mini readings and healings are included. Then we build up your self-care, your love kit. What is that? And then I attune you to Yosei Reiki level 1. This is the oldest lineage, Japanese lineage for Reiki. And then in week 8, you step into your purpose. I teach you how to unlock your purpose, step into it, how to start your own business, whether it's spiritual business or it's just your own business. Because that's really where, we're being led into is we're all entrepreneurs and we all need to develop our own sense of business, whether it's an actual business or we're creating multiple income streams, making money while you sleep. That is the new economy. So this 8-week starts February 23rd, and it's limited to 10 souls. Now, we'll run this quarterly as well. So if you happen to you've missed this, there'll be a link to sign up for the wait list for the next one. Like I mentioned, it's all recorded and available for your replay whenever. You also get a free gratitude and dream journal and a copy of my ebook, Intuition Saved My Life. So email or comment below to secure your spot today. Like if you're watching right now before the deadline, I will knock $100 off. Link is in the comments, description, and in the initial emails. And I wanted to show you, what the books look like. This is the dream journal because you get so many messages, signs, symbols, synchronicities in your dreams. And I show you how to access your dreams, your Akashic records, your past lives. through this journal and through the 8 weeks of Unleashing Your Magic. This is my first book, Intuition Saved My Life. There is soul work in each chapter. I'm writing my second book right now. As well, this is the gratitude, because if you are not in gratitude, you're not sustaining your optimism and being grateful and being positive. There's prompts in these journals to help you. And here is some of the beautiful souls that have gone through my mentorships. Marcia, she was ready to retire, but now she has stepped into being a death doula. She has, unleashed a new part of her soul, her purpose, her chapter. And she says her soul was set on fire and awakened her spirit. And it gave her understanding that she's never had before. Then there's Brandy. She is so loving. She really enjoyed the inner child work and the vision board. I helped her quiet her mind, and now she does a lot of tarot card readings. She's looking at healing as well. So this is beautiful. And then there's Kat. She started out with me. Many of my clients start out as a free call and then a reading and healing. And then she did the 6-week Unleash Your Magic intuitive mentorship. Now she's working with me for a full year. And she is already, she's already signed up clients as a burnout coach, because that's what she was. Now she wants to help other women not go down the same path, not fall into the same pitfalls, to empower them. So bravo, bravo, beautiful souls. And there's so many other testimonials that you can go and look at as well on my website. So soul's purpose, your time is now. My life crashed in 2017, and completely changed in 2018 when that mentor told me my anxiety and depression are linked to me being highly intuitive and not living my soul's purpose. So I took the leap, and I learned a lot in 5 years, and my whole life I have been living for other people, and now I'm living for my soul, and you can too. I left a $100,000 job, like a 6-figure job. I paid off $88,000 in debt. I also sold everything in 2021 and traveled around South America for 6 months, living the digital nomad life. I also became whole food plant-based. I lost 40 pounds. My eyesight improved. My energy is off the charts. I reversed my fatty liver. I saved animals. I helped the climate. There's so many things. I'm living who I truly am meant to be, is to inspire, to activate people, to get that, like my mom would say, give them a kick in the butt. Let's go. But in a loving way, of course. Author, speaker, podcaster, course creator, and teacher. Please share with me in the chat, in the comments, in an email, if you have questions, comments, feedback, if you'd like to secure your spot in this beautiful Unleash Your Magic mentorship, in this group mentorship, because I truly believe healing begins where the ego ends. And I know that intuition saved my life. I absolutely do. And I want to guide you to overcome anxiety, unworthiness, overwhelm, so you can unleash your gifts and step into your purpose. And please share with friends and family. And there's a way to refer and earn free membership and other freebies. Ask me how. There's retreats coming up in Costa Rica and Banff, Alberta as well. And there's lots of other ways to connect with me. There's a free 20-minute soul call, heart-led, soul-fed podcast, social media, of course, and through my courses and digital content and in my community. I want to thank you so much for being here. I love you. I just want to empower you and to just implore you to, you may be scared. You may be thinking that's a lot of money. Flip it all around to, I am so worthy of this. I'm going to make an investment in myself and stop living in my fear and in my labels and my wounding and my trauma, in excuses, and stop what's the word? Self-sabotaging myself, and start believing in myself because I believe in you. All right, I'm sending you so much love. Please remember, healing begins where the ego ends, and let us be your soft landing. Mwah. I love you. Take care.